Alright, well, let's see if we can find the stream. Hopefully it isn't too far away. Just gotta wait for it. There's the tab for America Open Series. Yep. That audio is working as it should be. Alright, perfect. So, the stream's up and the chat is up. And we're all set to go. Cool. Hello everyone and welcome to round 5 of the America Open Series here on Race Spec Esports. I'm KD1997, your lead commentator for tonight's race, and this time we are racing at the Hungaroring for the Hungarian Grand Prix. This track was first introduced back in 1986, located just outside the capital of Hungary in Budapest. This 2.722 Oh, hang on a minute. I think we might, I'm noticing a few drivers are leaving the session. I don't know what's going on here. Maybe they'll leave and come back. Sorry, I saw so many drivers like leaving the session. I thought we were going to have a restart. Alright, we'll keep going. So, anyway, like I mentioned, the track is located just outside the capital city of Budapest. This track consists of 2.722 miles and is limited to 2 DRS zones, overtaking as well only the first couple of turns, at turns 1 and 2, which also helps with the aid of DRS. Otherwise, around this racetrack, there's a lot of technical areas around this racetrack. It's tight, it's twisty, it's nicknamed the Monaco without walls for a reason, because you can't make any sort of mistakes, and if you do, you will pay some consequences. Drivers will have to keep in mind of a few areas of the racetrack, particularly turns 4, 5, has very deadly curbs there. The inside curb at turn 4, and if you run too wide at turn 4 as well, you can cop a warning. Turn 5 has that deadly inside curb. If you hit that inside curb, your car will definitely spin no matter what. And also at turn 11, that is the fast right-hander in the middle sector that leads towards the end of the middle sector. You have to be very careful with that inside curb. It's very easy to spin if you use too much of it, and of course, run very wide, you can cop a warning. So the drivers will have to be on their toes for this sort of race here in Hungary for tonight. Now, before we go fully focusing to qualifying, there is a little bit of news to go through first from last week's race in Mexico. There were a few incident reports that came out of the whole thing in last week's race. One was being an incident between Rocket and Rebellion that resulted in no further action. The other one was between Flavius and Serv that also involved in no further action. And then the other one was a time penalty being removed by Black Bola, which turned out to be successful, so he gets promoted from 6th to 5th place at the final results. And the final one was an incident between Jack and Tom on I think it was the first lap we caught this, when they went side by side through turn 1 and Jack spun the McLaren around and he dropped towards the rear of the field because of that. But because he retired in the pit lane, instead of getting a 10-second time penalty plus 2 license points to Jack, he was awarded instead of 3 license points, which is a big ouch. So he has to be very careful the next time he races here in this series. Now for the Drivers' Championship, this was what the results look, or what the standings currently look like right now. Tom is leading with 81 points, followed by Black Ball and Blockman that are tied at 59 points for second place. In fourth is Jacob with 55 points, followed by Sparring fifth with 44. Vanis in sixth with 41, tied with Nico, and who's also tied with him for 6th place. Then it's Rebellion in 8th with 39, Tigreezy in 9th with 37, and Jack rounds off the rest with 34. In the Constructors' Championship, McLaren are leading 114 points, followed by Alpine in 2nd with 98. Red Bull Racing are in 3rd with 71. AlphaTauri in 4th with the beautiful 69. Haas are in 5th with 55 points, and then it's followed by Mercedes with 47, Ferrari with 46, Williams with 45, Alfa Romeo with 39, and Aston Martin rounds off the rest of the order with 35 points. Now that we got all that out of the way, we can now fully focus on our quality session. And also a little note as well, I am feeling under the weather for today. If you have noticed, my voice is a little bit horsey because I've been dealing with a sore throat all morning, and I'm starting to get a little bit under the weather. So I'm feeling alright. It's not a COVID or anything. It's just a cold. But yeah, I should be alright. I'll try to do the best I can, obviously. Hello, Rebellion. You're out of the way? Alright, well, thank you very much for that information, then. Good to know. So, current times right now on the board. Blockman leads the way with a 1 minute 16.528. That's now followed by Bumpton. A Kiwi in this series. Well, for whatever reason, he said he couldn't make the Pacific side of things, so he decided to ask the admins if he could race in here. Instead, I didn't even know that was a rule, but I guess it was allowed. So he's currently, well, now third because Veritas now goes to the top with a 1 minute 16.501. Behind them is Nico with 117.191, then Surf with a 117.3, then Sergeant Bill with a 117.556, Little Mike with an 18.1, Ronan with an 18.6, and Mushigo with a 120.436. That's why I need to get these little guys up there. There we go. Let's see here. Style Harmony looks like he's on a fly. I'll tell you what, we'll take advantage of him. Give you a proper tour of the racetrack here in Hungary. Down towards turn 1, DRS wide open. Down towards the first corner. Hugs the inside apex there at turn 1, down to second gear. Then get up the gears through, down towards turn 2 with again the DRS wide open. Through turn 3, down to third gear, and then into the right-handed kink of turn 4. Uses a bit of the inside curve, uses the outside curve as well. Heading through turn 3. Now heading up towards turn 4. A little bit gentle, a little bit more conservative, I'd say. You got to be more aggressive going through turn 4. Around turn 5, like I mentioned, that inside curve, if you touch it, it will spin you. Into the chicane of turn 6 and 7. Clipping the curves there at turn 6 and 7, very nicely done. Through turn 8, then 9, and then into the left-hander. Oh, but he spins the car and is out of qualifying. The left tire has officially come off, and yeah, he is not going to set a lap time at all, unfortunately. Very unfortunate there for the Alfa Romeo driver. So, we'll take advantage of Tom then, our current championship leader, to give you a proper tour of the racetrack then instead. Going through the chicane, now heading up towards the standard part of the middle section through turns 8, 9, then 10, and then into turn 11. Using the outside curve that flicks the car in. Very nicely done there for Tom there through turn 11. Up towards now turn 12, down to third, clips the inside apex. Then heading into turn 13. It's another tricky corner as well. You gotta hug that inside curve there, the inside line. But the car, you have to be careful how it goes through that particular area. Around the final corner now, and then opens the DRS. We'll head up towards the start finish line to set a 1 minute 16.763. He's now currently third and only about a couple, about 0.2 to Fairness in P1. And someone else. Oh, dearie me, that's Jacob that spun. I was going to mention Rebellion just got to the top with a 1 minute 16.3. But, yeah, no, Jacob has spotted the final corner. That's probably going to ruin his lap. But a very good lap by Rebellion, though. 16.3, that's very quick. If I remember correctly, pole from last night at Pacific Elite was a 1 minute 15.7. Set by Smithy, I believe it was. Let's see if any of the drivers can get close to that. Blockman coming through the couple turns. It looks like he's getting ready for a lap from the way it's looking. Nico also just improved. Locks up as well going into the pit lane. He does a 116.911 on his lap. Let's see. Jacob has invalidated his lap, so... Oh, well, he's spun the car again. Oh, dear. Well, even worse, he's hit his rear wing against the Armco. But fortunately for him, he's still qualified. Otherwise, yeah, that would have been bad. He would have ended up like Stalled Harmony. Let's see, little Mick. I think he's getting ready very shortly. Blockman is up by just over a 1/10.5 to the first sector. Heading through turn 5. Now heading up towards the chicane of turn 6 and 7. He brings it down to third gear. And uses the outside curve there on the exit of turn 7. Up towards turn 8, then turn 9. Uses the outside curve again on the exit of turn 9, heading through 10. And then flicks the car in for turn 11. Into the middle sector says he's up, but he's actually lost a tad bit of time. He's lost about a couple of thousandths to the middle sector. 2 more turns to negotiate for Blockman. Down to second. Modulates the throttle, very nicely done there by Blockman. Around the final corner now. Down to third. Short shifts up to fourth. Back on the power on the exit. Crosses the start-finish line. And will set a 1 minute 16.287. He's just out of his teammate by just under a tenth of a second. Verdes coming up to first sector. He's down, but not by much. It's only by 3 thousandths. Yellows are out. That would be for, I think, a McLaren there. Or no, that might be, but oh, well. Never mind that. That was Verdes that just spun. But he didn't cause the yellows. That's because of Mercedes. That might be Mick, I think, causing those yellows since Sparty's at the pit lane. And that's just Black Bull again out of the way. He just get away out of the way of some traffic. Sergeant Bill also got qualified, apparently. I just noticed. He must have retired somewhere, I guess. I just wasn't able to catch it. Another spin as well from a Williams. That was Twisty Canadian. Bumpton coming through turn 1. Now heads down the hill towards turn 2. Opens the DRS. We'll head up towards the second turn, down to third gear. Modulates the throttle. And now heads up towards turn 3. Flicks the car inside there. Use the outside runoff area at turn 3. Clock says he's up by just over 2/10 of a second. Heading through turn 5. Fourth gear. Modulates the throttle again. Heading up towards now turn 6 and 7 through the chicane. Someone just improved. I believe that was Black Bull. Surf's now gone to 7th with a 1 minute 17.332. Bumpton coming through turn 9 up towards turn 10. And then into the quick right-hander of turn 11. 6th gear. Back up the power. And the clock says he's up by 4/10. So that's quite a bit of an improvement. He's barely purple as well. With that sort of improvement, he could challenge for at least the front row. If he can keep this lap tight. 2 more turns to negotiate for Bumpton. Around the final corner now. Modulates the throttle again. We'll head up to the finish line. And we'll set a 1 minute 16.370. Only good enough for the second row. He just lost out to Rebellion by just 10 thousandths. Verdes was up by 2 thousandths to the first. And he's up by 66 thousandths to the middle sector. Heading through turn 12. He's also low on battery, you notice. He's at 3%. As Nico with a 1 minute 15.979. Wow, that is a brilliant lap by Nico. Very good lap indeed. Wow, that came out of nowhere. Verdes will cross the line. It looks like he will not improve. Nico, wow, I did not expect that. He improved by nearly a second on that lap. And he's the first driver to crack into the 1 minute 15s. The high 15s to be exact. Rebellion heading through turn heading through turn 9 into turn 10. I don't know if he's pushing. It doesn't. Oh no, he's pushing. He's up by about just over a tenth and a half. So with that sort of improvement, he could challenge his teammate for the front row. Hanging around turn 13, up towards turn 14. 1 more corner to negotiate for Rebellion. Around the final corner now, hugging the inside apex. Uses all the outside line, crosses the line, and it does improve by a tenth and a half to a 1 minute 16.203. But he's still got a bit of a margin, though, between himself and Nico by just over 2/10. Jacob also has improved as well. He's up to a 1 minute 16.567 in the Haas. Tommy Wall, let's see what he's up to here. I think he's pushing. Yeah, he's definitely pushing. He's using battery. What will the first sector say for him? Coming up to the first sector for our championship leader. He is up by just over a tenth and a half to the first sector. Out of turn 5, heading towards the chicane. He short shifts up to 5th gear on the exit of turn 5. Now brings it down to 3rd gear, heading through the chicane. Now heading up towards turns 8 and 9. Very technical, very tricky as well, if you're not careful. Heading through turn 10, up towards turn 11. What will the clock say for Tom? He is up by 0.3 of a second. With that sort of improvement, he could challenge Verdis for 5th, or if he could improve it a little bit more, he could challenge Bumpton for 4th. One more corner for Tom. Around the final corner now. Opens the DRS. He'll head up towards the line, and it's a 1:16.228. He just gets out of Blockman by just about 0.06 of a second. And tries to get out of the way of his car, I believe. Switch to Canadians out about as well. I just saw it come out of the pit lane. Right now the Mercedes are 15th and 16th. Mick with a 18-1, Sparty with a 19.6. Oh, and a spin there for Take Her Easy. Apparently Motion God's also... I did not see the prompt come up, though. That's the thing. For Motion God retirement. I didn't see that for him, and I didn't see that for Sergeant Bill, but they did retire from qualifying. I'm sorry if I didn't catch that. Interesting. If only I wish I know what the clock is. We got 3 minutes left. I think Tom should be able to get in time. Well, if he does try to get a lap in, it'll be very, very close. Because he's got to do it now. Black ball is coming into the pit lane right now as we speak. Surfer's on out left right now. Bumpton as well in the Ferrari. Yeah, everyone's going to be getting out of the pit lane soon. And get ready for what will probably be their final flying laps. I imagine a few of them will probably do a reconnaissance lap and then do the actual laps. Probably. We'll have to wait and see, of course. Let's see, I think Surf would be the next one. No, it's Sublime. I'm sorry, the other McLaren that will start. What will be his final, well, what could be his final flying lap. Heading through turn 1. That McLaren looks quite dirty there as well. It's got a little bit of scraping on the left side pod. Heading into turn 2. Down to 3rd, hugs the inside apex. Modulates the throttle. Now heads up through turn 3. Up to the first center split. The clock says he's up by 74 thousandths of a second to the first sector. Rebellion's also getting ready as well. Currently 2nd place. He needs to find at least a couple of tenths to get ahead of Nico. Nico's also on outlap as well. Same with Blockman. What about Bumpton as well? He is just starting now. That's right. I forget about the stupid glitch. There's this getting ready. Jacob also getting ready as well as Surface spun at turn 4. And Sublime is up by about 4/10. So with this sort of improvement, he could challenge for Black Bola for 8th place. One more corner to negotiate for the McLaren. As Tom is also out of the pit lane as well. But he's got a bit of traffic to negotiate. And Sublime will go into 8th with a 1:17.041. Rebellion has found about 57 thousandths to the first sector split. Blockman is about to start his flying lap. Bumpton's up by a 10th to the... Oh, but he's got an Aston Martin. He's got 2 cars there. I think that might have hampered his lap just a little bit. He might have got a bit distracted, but he's still up in the middle sector. Hey, through 13, up towards 14, comes Bumpton. One more corner to negotiate for the Kiwi. Now around the final corner now. Opens DRS, will head up to the line, and does he improve? He does, but just only to 2nd with a 1:16.192. Nico has just started his flying lap. We got 20 seconds left on the clock, and Rebellion has got an AlphaTauri in front. Oh no, that might have ruined his lap. Oh dear. There was an AlphaTauri in front of him. I think that might have screwed his lap. Blockman is up by 16,000 to the first, but he's found about nearly 2.5 tenths to the middle. With that sort of improvement, he can challenge for maybe pole or just the front row, as Twisty Canadian has been disqualified for parking in a dangerous location. Interesting. Around the final corner now comes Blockman. Up to the line, what will Blockman set? 1:16.006. He doesn't get pole, but he's got enough for the front row. Nico, meanwhile, is up by 77 thousandths as Sublime has retired. from the session. Tom is up by 21 thousandths to the first sector split. So it's going to come down maybe to, well, if Tom could challenge Nico. Oh, Nico's invalidated. He ran wide coming out at turn 11. So that's his qualifying officially done. Hello, Lane, by the way. I did not realize I had the party open for us.
Oh.
Yeah.
Hello.
Hello. Yeah, I'm doing the America Open Series. That's my... Yeah. So
I'll shut myself up. I'm all good.
Oh, you're all good. Yeah, that's our commentary from last night in the Elite Series. Tom, meanwhile, comes around the final quarter. Up towards the line for Tom. Opens DRS. And we'll set a 116.092. Puts himself into third place. Not too bad. But just misses out by just nearly a tenth of a second. Nearly over a tenth, actually, to Nico. But I think with that qualifying is officially... well, that qualifying is officially over. Nico's on pole position with a 1 minute 15.979. He just beats out Blockman by about nearly 20... I think that's nearly 20 thousandths of a second? 27 thousandths of a second. Well, there you go. Alrighty. Well, I guess now we just gotta wait for, shoot. I am really, yeah, I'm feeling like a dog right now. Just being sick. Get a little bit of a drink, I guess. Got a little bit of water. Just help please to keep myself hydrated as well. Alright, so qualifying is done. Now as we will get to the leaderboard. Nico on pole position by, not by much, by 27 thousandths to Blockman. Very close qualifying though between the top 5, separated by just over 2 tenths. Blockman in second, followed by Tom in third, our championship leader. Not bad qualified from him. Bumpton will start in fourth, followed by Rebel. Verdis, Jacob, goodness me, Black Bola, Sublime, Serve, Take Her Easy, Rocket LMR, Ronan, Sergeant Bill, Lil Mick, Spy, Motion God, Sal Harmy, and Twisty Canadian, all rounded off. But yeah, of course, yeah, you did hear Lane a little bit ago. If it was just me and us two doing the comms, like, I know he's not in the session, so, of course, if he wasn't here, I would allow him to, you know, share his thoughts, but, yeah. It's alright, though. Maybe next time. Who knows? Yeah, I just didn't realize we have, like, a party that we use for the Elite Series. I usually have a party of my own when I'm doing this, but yeah.
Yeah, no, apologies for that. I didn't quite realise that this particular party was being used for commentary, so no apologies.
Oh, no, you're totally fine.
I'm in here listening along.
Oh, no worries. Yeah. Hey, it's always good to have your company, though. As, yeah, we still got that silly glitch of the, pit crew doing their little T-poses. Yeah, you can see that it's been a new thing. If you've been watching any sort of league racing in the past couple of days, from this new patch that came out, there's been a glitch where all the pit crew that you see on your screen are just lying up on their pit stalls with a T-pose instead of being inside the garage. And they pretty much stay like that for the entire race. I do see hard tires for Sparty's garage, so I'm assuming he's going to do a medium hard, I'm guessing. Gonna be interesting to see what sort of strategies will be played out here in Hungary. I know last night we had a bit of mix of, well, medium hards, of course. That's no surprise in this game. I think more particular, most of the drivers start on the hards. I think only 2 start on the mediums, if I'm correct. Alright, let's see what the story is. Well, it is a complete opposite of what I saw last night. It's not most drivers on the hards, but most drivers on the mediums instead. So we've got Nico, Blockman, in the top 2. That are starting on the medium tire. Then we have Tom on the hards in 3rd. Bobson in 4th on the mediums. Rebel in 5th on the medium tire. Verdis in 6th on the hards. Jacob in 7th on the mediums. Black Ball on the hard tires in 8th. Sublime in 9th on the mediums. Surf at 10th on the mediums. Take her easy in 11th on the mediums. Rocket LMR in 12th on the hard tire. Then it's Ronan, Sergeant Bill, Lil Mick, and Saint Sparty, Motion God, Solid Harmony on the medium tire, and then the last but not least, Twisty Canadian on the hard compound tire. So pretty much we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 drivers on the hards and about 14 on the mediums. Yeah, that's a big flip from last night. From when I watched Elite Series. Now, from last night, obviously, we saw a pole sitter, Smithy. He started on the medium tires and the few cars behind him in the midfield started on the hards. He was able to pull off a gap and maintain that gap as well. He ran a truly masterclass race. So, I probably would imagine, well, this is going to be pretty obvious, but I probably would imagine that the medium runners obviously will get decent starts. I would imagine the hard runners are going to have a bit of a tough time keeping up with the drivers on the mediums for sure. Yeah, because you do not want to fall back quite a bit around here in Hungary. It's very crucial if you stay within that window of DRS, especially to help you out with it only being 2 of them down the main straight and at the exit of turn 1 leading to turn 2. 19 cars lined up. Of course, that is very nice to see indeed. It's been a healthy sized field I've seen so far here in the Americas Open. 10 red lights awaits us, and we are underway here in Budapest. Nice start from Nico in the Williams. Nice start there from Tom in the McLaren on the hard tire. Gets by Blockman heading towards turn 1. Blockman trying to cover the inside. Tom, though, is having none of it into turn 1. Oh, a bit of contact, I think, there between Blockman and Tom as Blockman drops all the way down to 5th place. He is sinking like a rock at this point. He's dropping from 2nd down to 6th. As we make our way down towards turn 3, side by side, Bumpton and Rebellion heading up towards turn 4. A few other cars down the midfield as well, still side by side. The cars make their way through turn 4. You don't want to be side by side through here. Definitely not in this middle sector. But it looks like everyone else got through cleanly, but apart from Blockman, who's dropped down 4 places off the start. Take her easy, meanwhile, overtaking Bandits at the chicane. Interesting, you don't normally see that happening there at turn 6 and 7. As the cars now make their way around the middle sector through 10 and 11. And Nico has already got a good margin to himself. He's got nearly a 2-second lead at the end of the first, nearly at the end of the first lap. Bumpton, though, is bringing a little bit of pressure to Tom as they make their way around the penultimate corner and then to the final corner to end lap 1 of 35 here in Budapest. 2 seconds is the margin between Nico and Tom. Bumpton, though, trying to see if he can close up on the McLaren heading towards turn 1. Doesn't use any battery, though. Of course, there is no DRS enabled. That'll be enabled, of course, on the next lap. Blockman now overtaking the Haas of Jacob heading into turn 1, but Jacob will have the inside line heading towards turn 2. Oh, bit of contact between the 2 cars as well. Blockman, though, trying to go for the switchback heading to turn 2. Jacob, though, shuts the door. He stays ahead of him into 5th place. Through turn 4, up towards turn 5. Oh, not close enough for Bumpton. You can't really do much in this section. It's pretty much a one-line sort of section. Oh, Blockman has spun the car at the exit of turn 5. He's now gone from, well, it's now gone from bad to worse for him. He's now dropped down from 6th, maybe to 16th, because he's got little Mick next to him, but he managed to stay ahead, at least for now. So he dropped down 9 more places. So over the course of this, oh dear, Lil Mick has crashed as well. I think somewhere at turn 9, and that's going to bring out a VSC. That's our first virtual safety car of the race. So now the whole pack will slow down, and that's now evolved into a full safety car. The reason I know that is because I can see the yellow dot popping out at turn 1. Alright, so the field will now bunch back up again. Interesting, the car was literally on the outside in the grass, not on the road at turn 1. Or not turn 1, turn 9. Turn 9 or turn 10, or rather. Getting myself confused. Silly me. Yeah, one Mercedes now gone out of this race. And there's the safety car. We didn't see that last night in Elite, but now we've got one here in America's Open. And I think it's been a while since I've seen a safety car happen here in America's Open. The last time I think I saw this happen was back in Interlagos, if I remember correctly. That race we had 2 safety cars. Well, now we got our first here in Hungary after just 3 laps. Yes, if you just tuned in, if you notice my voice sounds a bit horsey, that's just because I'm feeling under the weather. So, yeah, a little bit of apologies, but... Who's the Salt Street Toads? It says Rebellion. I don't know. Why, is it the way I'm saying that stuff? I'm not sure. Well, like I said, I've been dealing with a cold. Damn cold got me in the middle of last night as well. I'm starting to feel that with my throat. With my throat getting all itchy and stuff. And yeah, it seems like it's gotten a bit worse. But we go and move on and we'll soldier on pretty much. No one obviously has gone into the pits to go off of any of the tires. They'll just stay out, and yeah, literally no one has opted to go into the pit line. But yeah, so much for Nico's lead. He had nearly over a 2-second lead after just a couple of laps before the safety car came out. Now I'll have to try to get all that work all over again. Blockman is starting P2. He's got work to do as well. After lap 1, he dropped 4 places, then he dropped 9 more places after a spin at turn 5. So yeah, they got a little bit of work to do there, Blockman. Especially for the sake of the Constructors' Championship being close between McLaren and Alpine. Unlike the real life counterpart, not 5 for 4th, they were 5 for the actual lead of this sort of championship. Alright. I think we should be able to get going, hopefully. It'll give me the indication once we get at the end of the middle sector, of course, when the safety car will come back in to the pits. There we go. Race control has officially called the safety car to come in. So that means Nico will control the field, dictate the pace, and we'll get back under green flag racing here in Budapest. Not really backing up the field though, I will say. Well, for a bit he wasn't. Now he's kind of slowed down a little bit. Just getting temperature into his tires. Tom, though, will definitely need to do so on those hard tires, because he will have to be extremely careful. Those rears are going to be cold. And I think we're going now. And we are back on the green here in Budapest. On lap 5 of 35. Nico leads by 0.6 of a second as they now make their way towards turn 1. So far, everyone looks like they've gone through the line of stern. Nothing too major. Blockman has overtaken Styled Harmony at turn 1. That is for 14th. And of course, in Race Spec, the top 15 do score points. That is the main thing. They do score points in this championship. Through turn 5 up towards now the chicane of 6 and 7. Nico hasn't really pulled away. He's still maintaining under a second margin. He needs to get a decent amount of laps here to at least pull away from Tom, and of course build up that gap. Yellow's Rebellion has spun as well. The other Alpine. Oh dear, he's ghosted through literally everybody. Thank goodness it kicked in. And that's brought out a virtual safety car. As now everyone Rebellion retakes the places? No, he does not. I thought he was going to do so. Well, explains why he's got a missing front wing after spinning out. Now, I know Elaine knows this, since if this was a Haas and he was commentating, if the Haas broke his front wing, it would cause a safety car. There's only been one time, I think, that he's commentated that a Haas has broken its front wing and hasn't caused a safety car. Well, we had an Alpine do that, it's now caused a virtual safety car. So, not a great start for Alpine after the first few laps. Now we're back under green again. Nico still leads, 8 tenths, separated between himself and Tom. Bumpton, though, would need to get by Tom as quickly as he can if he wants to try to catch him and fight Nico. Rhoda gets a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings. He's the first driver to get a 3-second penalty. And there you go, Nico's already built up the 1-second margin. He needs to keep it there in order for him to stay ahead of Tom. He does not want Tom in his DRS. If he does, he's in a little bit of trouble when DRS is enabled. Still hovering there at least. 2 more turns to negotiate for these guys, and we'll end lap 6 and move on to lap 7 of 35 here in Budapest. Bumpton's within half a second between himself and Tom. Now it's closed up by a couple more tenths. It looks like he had a bit of a shocking run. Jacobs is fastest left, and here comes Bumpton. Looking, does he commit? He's going to the outside, walking up a little bit, but he tries to go for the switchback, but he can't make the switchback at turn 1. Sublime overtaking Ronan, that is for 8th. They're battling at turn 1. Oh, dearie me, that's a bit of... What on earth was that? I don't know if it was lag contact or something. He was like on top of his car at one point. Ronan's now overtaking Sublime, and also Jacob. Oh my goodness! I did not catch Jacob there going side by side with the Ferrari, but he almost did at turn 4. Thankfully that did not happen. I think Jacob's made the most places out of anybody, hasn't he? He's one of the few. He's made up 3. Surf and Takarizi have made up 5, and same with Roden. Pretty much the biggest loser out of this whole thing has been the 2 Alpines. Bumpton will get DRS down this main straight. Of course, there is only one detection zone, and that's at the final turn, the entry of the final turn. So not only he'll get DRS down the main straight, he'll also get DRS at the exit of turn 1 leading into turn 2. Nico sets new fastest lap with a 120.3. But Bumpton does not seem like he had the exit speed to get close to the McLaren. He's not close enough. Through turn 1, he'll have DRS again, but this time again, not close enough. Roden and Sublime battling out at turn 1. Well, another battle going on as well. Blockman, Black Bull, Sergeant Bill. Oh, hang on a minute. What's going on back here? Oh, that's why Sergeant Bill has spun. He spun at the exit of turn 1. He was in the midst of a little bit of battles. Oh, Sublime has spun too. At turn 2. On the outside of turn 2. Rebellion sets new fast lap on the hard side with a 120 flat. Well, that's unfortunate for the McLaren. He was fighting in the top 10. Now he's dropped down to 16th. There was quite a bit of shenanigans there going through turn 1 and a little bit of turn 2 as well. Alright. Can Bumpton get enough exit speed and these couple of turns to try to get past that McLaren? Knowing Tom, I know that he likes to have straight line speed setups using low downforce. That's kind of like that with a lot of the Xbox players I've encountered. And no, he does not get a good exit speed. Blockman and Black Bullet. Oh, Blockman looks like he's peeling in. Oh, that's why he's got damage. Oh dear. So I'm guessing he made some sort of contact with Black Bola at turn 13. He's lost his end plate, and yeah, there you go, into the pits. So now the Alpines are 17th and 18th, and worst of all, they're out of the points. Sublime overtaking Motion God. Meanwhile, coming through turn 5, Rebellion sets fastest lap. Still same song and dance between Tom, Bumpton, and Jacob. It's still close, but nothing happened. It's something you typically see here at Budapest. We kind of saw last night in Pacific Elite, where the midfield just had these sort of trains forming, and not much of anybody could do anything unless they get a good run. And also, like last night, Nico's pulled off a pretty decent sized gap. He's got a 3.2 second lead to Tom. Alright, Bumpton, what are you going to do here? You're close this time. You're 3/10 behind. He's got DRS. He's using battery. Trying to close it. Tom covers the inside. Bumpton goes to the outside. Tom, oh, that's tight, but he gives him room to fair credit. Oh, and a bit of wiggle there for Bumpton there at turn 1. They'll have the inside line for turn 2. He gets it done. He's now into second, ahead of the McLaren. Nicely done there. Oh, and a massive tank slammer there, and a spin too for Tom. Oh no. He used too much of the outside curve at turn 3, and he's now dropped all the way to 7th. Make that 8th place because Ronan's just passed him. Ah. That's such a shame for Tom. Just very unlucky. Very, very unlucky. Yeah, he just ate up too much of the curve, and the back end just pretty much said no. Yellows are out. That's for an Alfa Romeo. I think that might be Sergeant Bill, and it is. And then he loses a place to Twisty Canadian, so he's now out of the points. Alright then, so we've now gone from a three-way fight for second to now a two-way fight for second between Bumpton and Jacob. Now, these two have had a little history between each other. Back in Portugal, they made contact twice. Bumpton was mainly the accuser of all of it by running into the back of him at turns 1 and turn 5 at Portugal. Oh, and he runs a bit wide there. Bumpton, I think, but still manages to maintain second. Looked like from my angle, he looked like he ran wide. Guess not. Take her easy. Not quite close enough to do anything at Surf. Yeah, we got just pretty much now packs of battles here as Blockman sets the new fastest lap with a 19.787 on the hard compound tire. Even with him outside the points, he will be able to score that point. Tom looking, oh dear, no, you don't want to do it there, buddy. Unless you have a good run, you do not want to do that at the chicane. You were definitely not close enough. Oh, dearie me. Let's see here. Second, the battle for seconds. Jacob Bumpton, separated by 7/10. Jacob will have DRS, but I know for this occasion he won't be close, as Sergeant Bill has spun again, this time at the exit of turn... Actually, that's at the entry of turn 8. He did that up. Jacob not quite close enough. Nico, meanwhile, has only a 4-second margin. He hasn't really gained much compared to the two cars behind. Now Tom overtakes Rowan, this time at turn 1 with the aid of DRS. And he'll maintain that place as well, thanks to another aid of DRS heading to turn 2. Yeah, we just now get pretty much pockets of midfield battles, pretty much. Excuse me. Ugh. There, you made my throat so so dry. Alright, so Jacob, he needs to close it by at least about 4.5 maybe 4 tenths, really, if he wants any sort of chance of getting by that Ferrari in front of him. 6.5 as they make the way around the final turn, and he's losing a fair bit of time there. About 2 tenths he lost. Of course, he'll gain that time back thanks to the aid of DRS. Take her easy, meanwhile, is on the back of Surf, heading to turn 1 with DRS. But pretty much the same story like Jacob. He's not close enough, even though Surf is low on battery. I see the flashing red line on the back of that Aston Martin. Again has DRS, not close. Yeah, so pretty much we got a 2-car battle for second, a 3-car battle for fourth, and another spin too for Sergeant Bill. And 2-way battle for ninth between Rocket and Lamar and Black Bulla. Sergeant Bill goes into the pit lane, so he must have suffered damage, of course. Set to 1 yellows, that's... Oh! Safety car! Another one has come out! Twisty Canadian has caused it! He has destroyed his front wing at turn 1. Okay, well, it's not a Haas, it's a Williams that causes it for me. Well, now it's pretty much a perfect opportunity for the medium runners to go in. And get off of those tires and get onto a set of hards. And a bit of a luck up there for Nico going into the pit lane. Thompson's in, Jacob's in. Yeah, of course everyone will come into the pit lane, obviously. Oh, well, Veritas is coming in too on the hard tire. Oh dear, what on earth was going on there? Oh, Take Her Easy just overtook Surf at the pits. Well, I mean, even though it's not really against the rules, technically, because Vettel did that back in China in 2016. It's pretty much what pretty much happened. But thanks to the double stack, it doesn't matter anyway. He's stuck behind the Aston Martin. Tom's in for mediums. Hard tires for Ronan. And for Black she's whiz. Zal Harmony has hards on. Blobman stayed out, obviously. He's on 5-lap-old hards. He doesn't need a pit, technically. Rebellion is on 8-lap-old hards. I'm pretty sure he could carry those to the end, obviously. And Spy stayed out. Not stayed out. He's on hards. Same with Rockets. Sublime. Motion God is on mediums. Twisted Canadian goes in for medium compound tires. And Sergeant Bill will overtake him. That'll start finish. All right. Well, if I do remember correctly from last night, I don't think I had this prompted up for me, did I? But I remember from last night, I think it showed like a medium to hard strategy. I think the pit window was like lap 16 to 20 that you can carry those mediums onto the hards. So yeah, that's like pretty much the halfway mark of this race. So I think anyone that's pitted up for mediums, I think they should be alright. Well, I pitted off of the hards to get on a set of mediums, but they will be rapid. That being said, ideally... Oh, hello. What are these two doing here? Thompson and Nico. Why were they that close to each other there? I guess Nico was just ran a bit wide and Thompson nearly overtook him? Or something? I don't know. I think the bingo cards mentioned about 2 safety cars coming out. Hang on, I'm gonna look at that in the Discord. Alright, let's see. No safety car was part of it, so we can cross that out. We have 2 safety cars, so we can at least keep that. We had a PlayStation poll that was Nico. Sunshine, so we've got 3 at least. From that row, we have Mercedes beat Red Bull and dive bomb into turn 1. Can the moves down the inside of turn 1 count? Yeah, I guess, maybe. I'll just have to wait for a legit dive bomb. Yeah, it's a little bingo card that Tom has put together. It's pretty much a little bingo card he's used for the America Open and for the America Series Tier 1. Does a little bit of a game, at least. It's a little entertaining, though. Although I haven't really paid much attention to it from the last couple of races. I apologize for that, Tom, by the way. But I'll keep that in tabs now. Well, even if it's live. Alright, so we'll have one more lap under the safety car. And I'm guessing we'll get going on lap 17 of 35 here in Budapest. And yeah, Nico is leading the way. He's been leading every lap so far in this race. He's led all 16 laps. Bumpton is in second, followed by Jacob, then Surf, Take Her Easy, Verdis. Tom, who was fighting Bumpton and Jacob for second, had a moment out of turn 3, and as a result, he dropped all the way down to 7th. But he's now back in somewhat in contention, but he's got some work to do to get by the cars in front of him. Rebellion, well, he had damage in the, he had a damage about, I don't know, maybe about 7 or 8 laps ago. He damaged his front wing. He was at the back at one point, but now thanks to the safety car, he's now back into the top 10. Rode into 9th, and Blockman, well, he's just been on a recovery drive at this point. He got involved in a couple of incidents, spinning out of turn 5 on lap 2. Then 3 laps ago, he got damaged from, I'm guessing, contact between himself and Black Ball at turn 13. Up into 10th, and he's up to 10th now. Black Ball, speaking of which, is behind him. Then Stalled Harmony, Rocket LMR, Sparty, Sublime. He's also had a couple incidents as well, especially a spin he had a while ago at turn 2. Motion Gods in 16th, followed by Sergeant Bill and Twisty Canadian. And the safety car is coming back in this lap. We will have 20 more laps to go, or 19 more laps to go, rather, here in Hungary. Nico will then again dictate the pace of the field. He can go whatever he wants. Yellows are out. That's for Twisted Canadian at turn 13. And we are back under green. And a spin as well for Rebellion at the final corner. Oh dear, and there's damage as well. Somewhere, I guess. I don't know if that was actually from Rebellion. And down the inside goes Rocket LMR trying to go into turn 1. He can't make the mistake. Black Ball overtaking Rodin. Gained by his teammate, or at least trying to hang on ahead of his teammate. Surf is trying to get by Jacob, but he can't make can't make his way by at turn 2. Heading up towards turn 4. Nico has already got a 9/10 lead after 4 turns. And here comes Verdis to the outside at turn 5. He's made the move stick. What a brilliant move from Verdis. You don't see that too often there at turn 5, but he's made it work. Blockman now overtakes Tom. Oh, and he's off the track. He's going to take out the 100-meter board. He's got to be careful to rejoin. And he's got, oh dear, he's got Rocket all over him. Now he gets by, thankfully, safely. But made a crucial mistake at the chicane, dropping all the way down to 11th. But no damage from what I could see, for his sake. Black Ball and Tom. Oh, Black Ball around the outside. I think he did that there at turn 13. Nice move. Oh, and Tom's got damage too. Oh dear, oh dear. It's gone from bad to worse for Tom. Not a great day for McLaren. It wasn't looking bad for Alpine. Well, it's somewhat mediocre now, but for McLaren, I think they're in a bit of a worse position. As we got yellows. Sublime, I think, is spun. I think, or was it Take Her Easy? Dropping down a few places. That might have been the Ferrari. Well, I take that back. He dropped all the way down to 13th. And I guess there was contact between him and Sergeant Bill, so Sergeant Bill decided to give the place back. Good sportsmanship, though, I will say that. From the Alfa Romeo. Just saying, hey, it's my fault, I'm sorry, but I'll give you back the position. Alright, 1.1 seconds separate between Bumpton and Jacob. Heading through turn 11. Verdis, though, is closing in, though. He's on mediums, remember. He will be quick compared to the 3 cars in front of him. In order for him to make the strategy work, he needs to get by them fast. Heading through the final turn and we'll go back onto the main straight. You can see the difference between the mediums and the hards in terms of the grip level. And here comes Verdis using battery. Jacob covers the inside, heading into turn 1. Jacob covers the inside very well. Oh, and a bit of a moment there from Verdis too at the apex of turn 1. He checks up, but he manages to keep the car pointing in the right direction. But yeah, a bit of a costly mistake from him. Heading through turn 3, up towards now turn 4. Bumps is about a second behind. He needs to get within that second range to get DRS. Now heading through turn 5. Now heading to turn 6 and 7, into the chicane of 6 and 7. Yeah, Paris needs to get by him fast. Through turn 10, up towards turn 11. He's about 3.5 tenths between himself and the Haas. He looks, but he doesn't commit to a move. At turn 12. Heads to turn 13. Now heads up to turn 14, the final turn of the racetrack. And the Xbox player here overtake his Xbox compatriot in front of him. He's got DRS, now he uses battery. Is he closing? He's closing a bit. Little bit here. Into turn 1, looking. No, he doesn't commit to the move. Doesn't go for it down the inside. And he was not close enough as well, heading towards turn 2. Bompton's now got a penalty, a 3-second time penalty. Multiple warnings for the Kiwi. That's a very costly penalty. Yellows are out in sector 1. That's for Twisted Canadian. He's spun at the exit of the first corner. Take her easy and Sparty side by side in contact between the Mercedes and the Ferrari. He moves to the outside, but he doesn't go for the move. Not like what I saw Surf doing at Tom at turn 5. Oh no, that was Verdis that did it on Surf. I take that back. Silly me. Verdis still on the back. DRS will be enabled again for the Red Bull, heading around the final corner, back down to the main straightaway. 3.5 tenths. He needs to close up quickly, but he's low on battery. And he's not closing much. And he doesn't commit to the move. Out of turn 1, heading down towards turn 2. Same story, not close enough. I honestly thought he would have a bigger advantage on the Mias, but I'm guessing the Haas just has a little bit more straight line speed compared to the Red Bull. Pretty much why it's making it so difficult for Verdis to get by Jacob. Sergeant Bill now picks up a 3-second time penalty. Motion got overtaking Sergeant Bill, but that's because he's spun, I believe. And are you serious? We got another safety car. That's a third one. And Alfa Romeo this time has broken their front wing at the exit of turn 3. And yeah, that's prompted another safety car. Oh dear, oh dear. Well, unfortunately for Bompton, this is going to really hurt him as well, because now Jacob and Verdis will be much closer to the Ferrari. Oh, Bompton goes into the pits. Oh, okay. Well, I didn't think he would do that. I thought he would just stay out. But no, he's going in. What's he getting onto? Mediums? Well, of course he is. Drive-through penalty for Sergeant Bill for speed under the safety car. Oh dear. And a few other drivers coming in. I guess why not? What do you have to lose, I guess. Rocket Lamar goes in. Take Her Easy goes in, but he has to deal with a double stack again. Hard tires for medium tires for at St. Spy. Sergeant Bill will get on the mediums, and of course the new front wing after crashing. Twisted Canadian will also get into the pit lane. He'll get on a set of probably medium tires again. Yes, it is. Another set of mediums. And away goes the Williams. Gee whiz, I wasn't expecting this now. Last time we had 0, this time tonight we have 3. And a VSC, mind you. I have seen a race before in Hungary where 4 safety cars come out. Which I think is the limit. Well, I guess we'll have to wait and see what happens. Yeah, of course the top 9 stayed out because might as well just, I mean, apart from Bumpton, he pitted for a new set of mediums. I mean, maybe, I don't know, maybe he was just being courteous and knowing, hey, I'm a reserve driver, I don't really need to be part of this battle. I'll just be in the back and just mind my own business. I mean, he's got a 3-second penalty anyway. Him, Roden, and Sergeant Bill are the only drivers out and about that have 3-second time penalties. It's amazing that the 3 safety cars haven't been by retirements is because of, well, cars destroying the front wings. I'm trying to remember, like, we saw Sergeant Bill do it, destroy his front wing. Rebellion did as well, but that was the VSC he did that. And Twisted Canadian caused one. Lil Mick, though, caused the safety car when he crashed at turn 10, or turn 9 heading to turn 10. Yeah, very interesting race. Very, very interesting. I mean, hey, at least it's a 19 car field, unlike last time in the Elite Series where we had 13. So big props to the American guys for at least keeping tabs of their attendance. That I definitely will say. And we started on time. Last time we started, oh goodness, we had to wait 20 minutes? Something like that? Just for everything to get going because we had a lot of issues. Yeah, it was just not a great thing to deal with. But thankfully we started on time. And yeah, we're at least racing. But now the safety car's coming back in. Nico, for the 3rd time, will control the field again. So he's got Jacob behind. He's got Veritas on mediums. Leaves about around the final corner. And we'll head back down to the main straight. To begin lap 24 of 35. We're back under green flag racing here in Budapest. Sublime overtaking Blockman out of the final corner down the main straight. A little bit of 2 abreast side-by-side action between Rocket and Lamar, Motion God, and Bumpton and Tom. Heading through turn 1. Bumpton gained past Motion God. That's at turn 1. He moves up to 10th, and same with Tom as well, gained by Motion God. Motion God has lost 3 places in the span of a couple of turns and surface out of the race, crashing out of turn 2. Will that bring out another one? I don't think it should. Black Bowler gets a 3-second time penalty. A little bit of shuffling going on as well on the backside. Oh my goodness, Sparty around the outside, but he used all the outside road at turn 4. He still gets through, but I don't know about that. Veritas, meanwhile, has overtaken Jacob. I failed to notice. Oh, and he gets a 3-second time penalty. That's crucial. He has now to get by Nico as quick as possible. And not only that, to build that 3-second margin if he wants to win this race. Oh no. Yeah, he ran too wide at the exit of turn 9, and yep, there you go. Alright, down the main straightaway. Veritas using battery. He's got slipstream, no DRS, that'll be enabled on the next lap, of course. He doesn't commit to the move, not quite yet. To turn 1, now plunges down the hill towards turn 2. It's 4 tenths. separated between Nico and Nico and Veritas. Yeah, so far in this race, we've seen Nico have really good pace so far here in Budapest. And as I mentioned before, he has led every lap so far since lap 1, and it's still going. Tom has got a 3-second time penalty, down in 10th. Oh dear. Well, now he has to build a 3-second margin as someone has spun. Oh dear, what's happened there? That's Rocket and Lamar. And that's also Bumpton off the road as well. He's done a bit of lawn mowing. He gets off the road and he gets back on. And he's got a destroyed end plate on the right hand side of that Ferrari. Oh dear. Well, Bumpton's now got involved in another incident. Oh dear. Alright. Around the final corner, back onto the main straight. 7.5 tenths separated between Nico and Veritas, as DRS now is enabled. But I imagine those mediums are going to be feeling the same pace as the hard, so yeah, that Red Bull has got to get going quick. He has to. I mean, what else has he got to lose, pretty much? Blockman looking to the inside of Sublime. He doesn't make the move into turn 2. Yellows, that's for, I think that's for Sparty, or is that for Twist? No, it's Twisted Canadian, I'm sorry. No, it's Sparty that lost a place to Rebel. Twisted Canadian lost it at turn 1. Out of the chicane, heading now down towards turn 8, and then into turn 9. 7 tenths is the gap between the Red Bull and the Williams. You can see that bit of trail of tire marks there from many of the drivers that have gone off the grass into the turns 8 and 9. Alright, 7 tenths, 7.5 tenths, so he will get DRS Veritas. He's got about, what is that, maybe 37? 38%. Oh, as Nico has a bit of a moment there at the exit of the final corner, and here comes the Red Bull. He has DRS, but he's not using battery, and he's definitely not going to be close enough. No, not on this occasion. Out turn 1, heading towards turn 2. Red Bull now takes motion guard at the first corner. Meanwhile, Veritas is not close enough to attack the Red Bull. Yellows, oh, motion guard is spun at turn 1. Gets back going again, but he's dropped down to 14th. But the main thing is he's in the points. But unfortunately, he's going to have a few of the cars coming close to him. And Sergeant Bill has now spun again, this time at turn 1. And does it again as well. He did that twice. Alright, half a second separating these two. Bennett says he needs to get by that Williams fast. Build that 3-second margin if he wants to win this race. But knowing Nico, he's not going to make it easy. Alright, half a second. Out of the final corner now, and we'll get down to the main straight again. Half a second separated between the Williams and the Red Bull. Using DRS, he's closing up, but he's just not close enough. He's looking, but he can't do anything. Jacob, meanwhile, he can't do much of anything behind as well. He's still stuck in this little train. Blockman, Valley, Tom. Oh dear, there might have been contact. I saw a wiggle with Blockman. Do they have contact again between the two at turn 2? Blockman, though, will have the inside line into turn 3. Oh dear, that's tight. Oh, that was almost a tire's width at the exit. Aids a turn for more contact. Blockman though gets through. How has he done that? They both made contact twice, but somehow Blockman still managed to make the move stick. Yellows are out again. That's, I think, for motion guard. Yeah, well, right now he's got a horde of McLarens behind of Sublime and Tom. Alright. 3 tenths is now the gap. 4 tenths. Out of the penultimate turn. We'll get back down to the main straightaway. And this time, Verdes is using his battery and, of course, the DRS. Close it in on the Williams. He's looking. Oh, he doesn't commit, though. Interesting. Out of turn 1. The McLarens have swapped places. Tom now moves up into 7th place. Meanwhile, the Verdes didn't get close enough to get ahead of Nico, so Nico stays ahead. Yellow's Styled Harmony has crashed at the exit of turn 2. Is that good? It's our 4th safety car. It is our 4th safety car of the race. Oh, well, I did mention that has happened before, and, well, it's happened here. 4 safety cars. Wow. Bumpton goes in for new tires. I mean, why not? He's down at 16th. Four safety cars. Oh my goodness. So what do the leaders do here? Do they stay out for track position or do they gamble to go onto the softs? The top 2 are staying out. Jacob, same story. I don't think it. No one's gambling. Nobody is. Nobody. They're all staying out. I mean, fair enough, I suppose. Spy, though, is gambling. I mean, why not? You've got nothing to lose. Rocket LMR will go in as well. Same with Roden. So, inside the top 10 didn't pit, but outside of it did. Or are going to, rather. Pit on soft tires and make a dash to the flag, pretty much. 4 safety cars. I mean, I've raced in the league where I had 4 safety cars. And then what happened in this particular track, back on F1 2021. Never in my commentary career have I seen that. Oh, Rebellion's out of tires. Oh, dear. So what, you can't use the softs, I'm assuming? Oh, you probably have like 3 sets, I'm guessing. Well, that's a bit of hard luck. Bad news is for him is that he's going to get swamped by the cars behind on the soft tires. So we've had 3 retirements. 2 of them have been caused by safety cars. Surfs did not. It happened after the 3rd restart. Honestly, do we count on the bingo card that we have with the safety cars? I mean, it didn't say we have 4. We would have 4. I guess less than. Well, we had 3 DNF, so I guess that could somewhat count. Let me think. Nico started what, on the medium tire? Yeah, he was on the mediums, he's gone on the hard, so he's leading. Alright. And I did see an overtake at turn 5 with Surf and Tom. Gosh, I cannot remember now. I think it was Surf and Tom I saw. My memory's got a bit short, I guess. Oh, I didn't see that bit. Yeah, there's a rule that Sparty has where if you because he's the coordinator, so like if you ready up before he does, you will get accumulated a license point. So yeah, Motion God's gonna have 5 license points. Ouch. That's if he reserves again. Alright, so the field has the field has bunched up, so I can't imagine that we will get back on the green with 4 laps to go. Alright, there we go. Safety car is back in. This lap. Actually, no, it's Veritas. No, wait, no. It was Veritas over Surf at turn 5, or something like that. I think it was him. Ah, goodness me. Why do I keep questioning myself about that? Like Lane, I'm having a little bit of Murrayisms, I guess. Oh, well, we've been there, done that, I suppose. Alright, Nico. For the 4th time, you're controlling the field. Here we go. We're back on the green again. For the 4th time here in Budapest. Nico gets a good restart out of this. Heading towards turn 1. Jacob looking to the inside. Same with Blockman. He's heading to turn 1, trying to get by Black Ball. He can't make a move stick. He looked to the inside but couldn't commit. Take her easy, losing 2 places to Sublime and Rebel. Making the way up towards turn 2. Oh, dearie me. Sparty looking to the inside. Bally with Rocket and Lamar as they make their way through turn 3. And Rocket and Lamar gets the better of it. He's up into 10th place. Nico has already got a 9/10, nearly a second lead between himself and Veritas. Yeah, so now the hard tire is probably coming more into its effect. Gain more pace on a lot of those tires. Yellows are out. Oh, that is for Sergeant Bill. Well, fair enough. He's just getting out of the way since he is lapped. That is a rule of Race Spec. If you are lapped, you are obliged to obey the blue flags and get out of the way. Even if ghosting's on, it's still a bit of a distraction if you do not cooperate with those blue flags enabled. Twisted Canadian and Bumpton are side by side, heading through turn 4. And Bumpton gets the better of him. He moves up into 13th. And we now make our way down the main straight. We've got now 3 more laps left. Tom can't commit. Stays behind the Alpine. Heading up towards turn 2. Sparty overtaking Roden. Tom, no, doesn't commit. Oh, but he tries to get close to that Alpine's gearbox. Oh, and a bit of contact between Roden and Sparty. Heading through turn 3. He gets by just into 11th. Oh. Alright. So 1.1 seconds separating the top 2. Jacob is about half a second behind Veritas. Well, if he wants to get to Nico, he's got to get by that Red Bull first. Which of course is not easy, as we have seen many times here in Hungary. But you gotta get a good exit out of that final turn and try to get a bit of a get close if you can. Sparty and Bumpton are still battling out. As we now begin lap 34 and 35. Actually, we don't need the telemetry. Oh no, I have that up. We don't need the telemetry. Tom looking, doesn't commit. The yellow flags at turn 14. That's caused by Sergeant Bill. No safety cars will be enabled here, since we are short on laps. Heading through turn 2. At the rate that I think Blockman's got. Hang on. If he can close up, I think, by at least another 1.5 or 2 seconds, he should be able to get ahead of Veritas and probably take the podium. Black Bull, I know, will lose out because he's got penalties. But yeah, this has been one recovery drive for Blockman. After having 2 incidents, somehow works his way back up, even with all these safety cars that happened. Yeah, he's just, he's had a very good recovery drive. Veritas is close, though, to Nico, half a second. But not quite close enough as we go to the final lap. Goodness me, I couldn't speak. We're on to the final lap, lap 35 of 35. Blockman and Tom with DRS. Blockman looks to the outside, heading to turn 1. He'll have the outside. Black Bull kind of nearly shoved him a bit wide. but still gives him a bit of room, heading towards turn 2. Bloodman trying to go in. No, he can't go down the inside. Raquel Lamar trying to go around the outside of Rebel, but he can't make the move done. He has to slot behind. Yellows are out again. That's for Sergeant Bill. Gee whiz, he is not having fun here in Hungary. Alright, so Blockman needs to really... He really needs to get by Black Bull quickly, but at this state, I don't think he'll get the podium. Well, maybe. I'm not sure. We'll have to wait and see. It'll be close. But what a superb drive, though, for Nico. Qualified on pole. Oh, a Sublime has spun at turn 11. Gee whiz. Nico has gone pole, led every lap of this race here in Hungary. He'll see the checkered flag, take victory here in Hungary. He wins the Hungarian Grand Prix. Verdis will get second, but that'll drop down to third, thanks to penalties. Blockman will get fourth instead, and Rebel gets fifth. How about that? The Alpines were at the back. They finished in fourth and fifth. Nice recovery by both of them. Take her easy, 6th. Black Bull is 7th. Raquel Lamar in 8th. Tom in 9th. Sparty 10th. Twisted Canadian 11th. Motion Gun 12th. Rodin at 13th. Bumps at 14th. Oh, we'll go through the rest of the order later. And Blockman gets driver of the day. Well, I mean, it was a hell of a recovery. After what happened in the first couple laps on the first stint. Yeah, no, that was a very good performance to recover. But what was a very good performance was Nico. Pole, led every lap, and just didn't look back. Pretty much like Smithy last night, he was in full control. And Jacob, after a rough qualifying, will finish in second. Veristo staying in third. Managed to get the podium at least. Alright, well, there are your unofficial results here from this Hungarian Grand Prix. Nico takes victory, followed by Jacob. Then it's Veritas, then Blockman, and Rebel. What a recovery by both of them. And Rebel will get fastest lap, so that's an extra point for him and for Alpine. Take her easy, 6th, followed by Black Bola, Raquel Lamar, Tom, Spy, Twisted Canadian, Motion God, Ronan, Bumpton, Sublime, Sergeant Bill, Style Harvey, Surf, and Lil Mick. Well, I mean, well, at least we had drama, I guess. 4 safety cars, a VSC happened, 3 retirements. There was a lot of stuff that happened in this race. That is for sure. Yeah, it wasn't too bad. I'll see if I can get Nico in here if he wants to join. I'm sure I still have him on my friends list, no? I don't know if he's appeared online, but if he isn't, I'll search his name up. Nope, okay. I'll have to search up his name then. There he is. We'll give him a bit of time if he wants to join, of course. I'll give at least a couple minutes. Well. I'm sure Lane was probably entertained from listening to me. Having a bit of drama and maybe having a bit of Murrayisms. I'll DM real quick if he wants to join. I'll give him a bit of a moment. It looks like he's typing in the chat. Doesn't want to, then we'll just close the stream. Alright, well, I guess Nico will do so. Alright, so then I guess we'll just go and wrap up the stream. Well, congratulations to Nico, though, on his victory. Pole led every lap, was just in full control at Hungary. And also, good job as well to the Xbox players of Verdis and Jacob. Jacob getting P2 and Verdis getting P3. Yeah, a lot of drama, a lot of action here in Hungary. But I think with that, I think it's now time to close the stream. So, thank you very much for watching. I have been Katie1997. We will see you again for the America Open Series next week for round 6 of the championship at the Bahrain International Circuit for the Bahrain Grand Prix. Till then, it's goodbye.